brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Paramore is an American rock band from Franklin, Tennessee, formed in 2004. The band currently consists of lead vocalist Hayley Williams, guitarist Taylor York, and drummer Zac Farro. The group released its debut album All We Know Is Falling in 2005, with the album reaching number 8 on the UK rock chart and number 30 on Billboard's Heatseekers Chart. While it only had a minimal commercial performance initially, the album and its lead single, Pressure, were eventually certified gold by the RIAA after the success of the band's later material. The band's second album, Riot, was released in 2007. Due to the success of the singles, Misery Business, Crushcrushcrush, and That's What You Get, Riot was a mainstream success and was certified platinum in the United States. They then received a Best New Artist nomination at the 2008 Grammy Awards. Their 2009 follow-up, Brand New Eyes, is the band's second highest charting album to date, landing at number 2 on the Billboard 200. With 175,000 first-week sales, it produced the top 40 single, The Only Exception, and went platinum in Ireland and the UK, as well as gold in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Following the departure of Josh and Zac Farro in 2010, the band released their self-titled fourth album in 2013. It gave the band their first career number 1 on the US Billboard 200. And was also the number 1 album in the United Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Argentina and Mexico. It included the singles, Still Into You and Ain't It Fun, with the latter winning the Grammy Award for Best Rock Song for Hayley Williams and Taylor York as songwriters, making it Paramore's first Grammy win. The band's lineup changed once again after this album cycle, with bassist Jeremy Davis leaving the band near the end of 2015, and former drummer Zac Farro rejoining the band in 2017. Their fifth studio album After Laughter was released later that year. 2002-2004 formation and early years. In 2002, at age 13, vocalist Hayley Williams moved from her hometown Meridian, Mississippi, to Franklin, Tennessee, where she met brothers Josh Farro and Zac Farro at a weekly supplemental program for homeschooled students. Shortly after arriving, she began taking vocal lessons with Brett Manning. Prior to forming Paramore, Williams and bassist Jeremy Davis, along with friend Kimmy Reed, took part in a funk cover band called The Factory, while Josh and Zac Farro had practiced together after school. The other members of what was soon to be Paramore had been edgy about the whole female thing, of having Williams as vocalist. But, because they were good friends, she started writing for them. Williams said of the members, "When she first met them, they were the first people I met who were as passionate about music as I was." The band was officially formed by Josh Farro, Zac Farro, Davis and Williams in 2004. With the later addition of Williams' neighbor Jason Bynum. When Davis showed up, he was stunned to find out the drummer was only 12 years old. He admitted, "I had very, very, very little faith in everyone in the band, because of their age. I remember thinking, this is not going to work, because this kid is way too young, but that first day of practice was amazing. I knew we were onto something." According to Williams, the name Paramore came from the maiden name of the mother of one of their first bass players. Once the group learned the meaning of the homophone, Paramore, they decided to adopt the name using the Paramore spelling. Williams was originally signed to Atlantic Records as a solo artist in 2003. She had been introduced to Atlantic A&R Tom Storms through Kent Marcus and Jim Zumwalt, lawyers of managers Dave Stunebrink and Richard Williams, and then eventually signed to Atlantic by Jason Flom. Stunebrink and Richard Williams had originally discovered and signed her to a production deal that was later bought out by Atlantic. The original plan of the label was to turn her into a pop singer, but Williams resisted, saying that she wanted to play or alternative rock music with the band. In an interview with Hit-Quarters, the band's A&R at Atlantic, Steve Robertson, said, "She wanted to make sure that we didn't look at her as some straight-to-top 40 pop princess. She wanted to make sure that she and her band got the chance to show what they can do as a rock band writing their own songs." Label president Julie Greenwald and the label staff decided to go with her wishes. The original management team for the band was Dave Steunebrink, Creed manager Jeff Hansen, and Hansen's assistant Mark Mercado. Paramore was originally supposed to release their music on Atlantic Records, but the label's marketing department decided it would be better for the image of the band to not have them attached to a major label. Instead, they released their music through the niche label Fueled by Ramen. Lyle Cohen, the head of Warner Music Group, had already identified Fueled by Ramen as a label they should partner with. It was decided the rock label would make an ideal match for Paramore. According to Robertson, when the band were presented to Fueled by Ramen's CEO John Janick, he got the vision of the band immediately. Janick went to a Taste of Chaos performance in Orlando, Florida to see the band perform live in April 2005. After a smaller private performance at a warehouse, the band was signed to Atlantic Records and Fueled by Ramen. The band's first song written together was "Conspiracy," which was later used on their debut album. At this time, they were touring the Southeast, usually being driven by Williams' parents. She commented that, "Back then, I guess we were all thinking, after school we'll go to the house and practice. It was what we loved to do for fun, and still do. I don't think any of us really knew this would turn out to be what it's become." Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.